This conference will now be recorded.
Ali, Allahu Maulana 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 Ali. Shukran lillah walhamdulillah. Shukran lillah walhamdulillah. Ya Ali Madad sir.
Ya Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad. Sir.
Mawla Ali Madad. Mawla Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad. तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद.
या अली मदद.
Ya Ali Madad.
या अली
Ya Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad. Ya Ali Madad. Thank you for joining us this morning. Let's begin this session with the Mubarak name, blessed name of Nur Maulana Shah Karim al-Hussaini Hazir Imam, Hazir Imam. Ya Maulay Mehraban, Madad Farma, Alayul Qayyum, Ali Allah, Madad Farma. Ya Maulay Mehraban, Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Ya Maula Madad. Ya Maula Madad, Ya Maula Madad. Ya Maula Zaman, Ya Ali Zaman. Help us, give us Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari. ताकि हम कुछ इल्मी काम कर सके मौला. So we can have a good ilmi discussion and ilmi session. Ya Maulay Mehraban, without your help, हम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हैं मौला. या मौला तू जानता है हमारी गुर्बत को मौला. हम कुछ भी नहीं मौला. तेरे कदमों की खाक के बराबर भी नहीं मौला. अगर हम तेरे कदमों की खाक बन जाएं तो शायद हम बहुत ही खुशकिस्मत होते. या मौलाए मेहरबान, मदद फरमा मौला. तमाम साथियों को एक बार फिर या अली मदद. आज हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे अपने पिछले सेशन से, जिसका उन्वान इमाम और इसमें आजम था. Imam and Isme Azam. Isme Azam are of two kind, a written Isme Azam and a living Isme Azam. कलिमात नाम इसमें आजम दो किस्म के हैं, एक जो लिखा हुआ है और एक जो जिंदा है। According to Quran, Allah's name are living name. The beautiful names of Allah are the living names of Allah, and we should remember them and we should call upon them by His beautiful name. What was the reason for the story or the understanding? How we spoke about that Allah's religion is one and it always was one. I wanted to give another example of Allah's religion. चूंकि अल्लाह के मजहब को हम, अल्लाह के तरीके को हम सिरातल मुस्तकीम भी कहते हैं. We call Allah's religion Siratal Mustaqim, the straight path, the shortest path, the right path, the way. I want to use the same path, Siratal Mustaqim, as an example of what we talked about last Sunday. जो हमने लास्ट संडे को बात की थी कि आदम से लेकर खातम तक, मौला अली से लेकर आज तक खुदा का मजहब कभी भी चेंज नहीं हुआ है. लोग स्टॉप कर लिए, the people stopped. So I wanted to use this as an example of a Sirat al-Mustaqim. Let's take the example of an highway. एक सड़क की मिसाल लेते हैं आज हम इस बात को समझने के लिए कि जो हमने पिछले हफ्ते समझी थी कि जिस तरह से एक हाईवे के ऊपर, एक रास्ते के ऊपर बहुत सारी गलियां आती हैं, एग्जिट्स आती है, और आप देखते हैं कि लोग जो रास्ते पे चल रहे हैं, कभी वो पहली एग्जिट पे उतर जाते हैं, कभी दूसरी एग्जिट पे उतर जाते हैं, कभी किसी ढाबे में खड़े होकर चाय पीने के लिए बैठ जाते हैं. We have seen that, right? That people driving on the road, on the highway, they take exits. Sometimes they stop and sit. That is an example of Sirat al-Mustaqim and the example of all of the religion of the world. That there were times where people were on Sirat al-Mustaqim. एक जमाना था जब वो सिरात al-Mustaqim पर चल रहे थे. किसके पीछे पीछे? उनके जमाने के पैगंबरों, नातिकों, इमामों, औलिया और अंबिया, उनके पीछे पीछे चल रहे थे वो. तो वो भी सिरात al-Mustaqim पर थे. याद रखें कि अल्लाह का मजहब सिर्फ एक ही है, एक ही मजहब है. अल्लाह डिड नॉट चेंज हिज माइंड. लेकिन इंसान उस रास्ते पे चलते चलते या तो वो थक गया और बैठ गया, या तो उसने एग्जिट ले ली. सिरात al-Mustaqim तो जा रहा है. Road is continuing. Road did not stop anywhere. The mazhab, the religion, the hidayat, the guidance did not change. It is the same guidance which came with Adam, came with Prophet Muhammad, and we have today with the Imam. That did not change either. But you can see, even today, in present time, because it's easy for us to see. Have we not seen people taking exits? Or people are tired? So let's learn about this. To do what? Why do we want to know about this? Why do we have to learn? We need to make sure, I'm not talking about others, but ourselves. And that is that we do not get tired and sit, and we do not take exit. We continue on Sirat al-Mustaqim. So we will start that with Ahdina Sirat al-Mustaqima. Ya Mola, guide us on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Guide us on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. So we do what? We do not become lazy and sit on it, and we do not take the exit as people in the past have done. That is the prayer. ये एक दुआ है जो हम रोजाना 3 मरतबा, और कभी कभार हम सूरे अलहम 5, 6, 7 मरतबा पढ़ते हैं रोजाना. लेकिन we must understand this part of dua, this part of Surah Al-Hamd. Haydina Sirat al-Mustaqim. What does it mean? We do not want to sit on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And what does it mean? We do not want to take exit from this Sirat al-Mustaqim. Who are sitting on Sirat al-Mustaqim? रोड जो है वो बैठने की जगह नहीं है, रोड चलने की जगह है. And what else does road do for us? रोड हमको अपने घर पर, अपने डेस्टिनेशन पर, हमारे फाइनल होम तक पहुंचाता है. सिरात अल-मुस्तकीम हमको अपने असल मकाम पर पहुंचाता है. So those who do not do anything but a minimum, which is 3-time dua, compulsory for us. The sun, compulsory for us. 1 Mallas Chandrat, compulsory for us. And they would say that I am done, I have done my part, and I am on Sirat al-Mustaqim. That is correct, but he is sitting on Sirat al-Mustaqim, not walking, not moving forward. I am not saying this. I wanted to present this Farman of Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah Salawatullah Alayhi, Hamari Janias Imam se fida ho. It says, those amongst you who has ilm, they will increase their levels. They will move forward. They will go higher. What are all of us doing today? Think about this session right now. What are we doing today? This is according to Imam's Farman. That those with the ilm will understand and will enhance, increase their rank. They will move forward and they will go above. And those who have no ilm, no interest in ilm, do not care for the ilm, वो क्या करते हैं? वो सिरातुल मुस्तकीम पर बैठ जाते हैं और वो आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते हैं. So Mola in the very Farman says, and then those are amongst you who says, I am not going anywhere. मैं कहीं नहीं जा रहा हूं. मैं सिरातुल मुस्तकीम पर तो बैठा हुआ हूं, लेकिन मैं कहीं जा नहीं रहा हूं. ये फरमान आपको कलाम इमाम मुबीन के अंदर मिल जाएगा. If you like, Kamare Sahib can share the book or the फरमान with you. ये फरमान उर्दू में, गुजराती में हमने तमाम ने पढ़ा हुआ है कि इल्म वाली रूह ही दर्जा बदर्जा ऊपर जाती है. और उसकी दूसरी लाइन में है, और बाकी लोग कहते हैं कि हम तो यहाँ पर बैठे हुए हैं, हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं. We are talking about those people who are on Sirat al-Mustaqim, we agree, but they are sitting there due to the lack of knowledge, ilm, lack of motivation, does not have the tawfiq nor taheed. What do they not have? Tawfiq nor taheed to move forward. और इस वजह से वो इस रास्ते पर बैठ जाते हैं और वो कहते हैं कि हम तो कहीं नहीं जा रहे हैं, हम तो इधर ही बैठे हुए हैं. And there are others who have taken the exit, meaning वो बोलते हैं कि अब हमें ये मजहब की जरूरत नहीं है, अब हमें इमाम की जरूरत नहीं है, अब हमें हिदायत की जरूरत नहीं है, हमारे पास जो हमारे बाप दादा का रखा हुआ है वो काफी है. Whatever we have from our forefather, the book from 1400 years ago, Gnan from 600 years ago, that is good enough for us. I do not need a current guidance. Meaning, in other words, they're saying we do not need Imam, nor we need Isme Azam. Here comes our subject for the day. Imam and Isme Azam. So how does Imam takes us, carry us on the Sirat al-Mustaqim? Through Isme Azam. इमाम अपने बेतुल ख्याल के फरमान में फरमाते हैं कि आप जो यहाँ पर आए हो, those who have come over here, this is the बेतुल ख्याल फरमान, आप जो यहाँ आए हो और आपने ये ख्वाहिश की है, you have wished to move forward in ibadat in Betul Khiyal. So I am giving you, I'm just paraphrasing. We can share the farman if you like. I'm just paraphrasing. Then I am here to give you Isme Azam and to guide you on this Sirat al-Mustaqim, on this spiritual journey. तो फिर हमारे अंदर तीन किस्म के लोग हो गए. एक जो सिरात al-Mustaqim पे बैठे हुए हैं, those who have sat and are sitting on Sirat al-Mustaqim. Second, those who do ibadat, but then they sit and not move forward. Why would there be anyone who have taken this Isme Azam and not move forward? Imam in the very Farma talks about them, that they become lazy and they do not do the ibadat as they have promised the Imam. वो इस तरह से इबादत नहीं करते हैं जिस तरह से उन्होंने इमाम से वादा किया था। Again, even after being on Sirat al-Mustaqim, even after taking the Isme Azam from the Imam, we sit. And what is the reason? Again, lack of knowledge. Because principle was कि इल्म वाली रूह दर्जा बदर्जा ऊपर जाती है। इमाम did not say इबादत करने वाली रूह दर्जा बदर्जा ऊपर जाती है। So what do we need? इल्म, इबादत, इल्म, इबादत। ये दोनों को जब हम मिलाते हैं, so what is the example of that? Because we are using the example of Sirat al-Mustaqim, गाड़ी और गाड़ी में गैस, गाड़ी है और उसमें गैस नहीं है तो हम आगे नहीं जा सकेंगे रोड के ऊपर। आपको पेट्रोल की जरूरत पड़ेगी गाड़ी के अंदर, तब हम रोड के ऊपर आगे जा सकेंगे। अगर कोई आदमी कहे कि मैं सच्चे मजहब पर हूँ, सचपंथ पर हूँ, तो ये बात दुरुस्त तो है, that is correct, that he is on Sirat al-Mustaqim. But the example of him would be a man with a car without the petrol, without the gas. देखा आपने? ये है Sirat al-Mustaqim की example. Now if we go all the way back to Adam and all of those prophets that we talked about last week, you know what they all have in common? How did they become prophet? Let's talk about Adam. Adam was a mustajib, a mu'min, a farmer, a hardworking man, a follower of the Imam of the time, just like you and me. Mullah in his Farman says, there is no difference between you and those who have gone ahead on this path. And Imam gives example of Pir Sadruddin, Pir Shams, Hazrat Isa. He gives them example. They just had a hand and 2 feet and the body, a human just like you. There is no difference between you and them. And Imam draws our attention. How did they went where they went? वो किस तरह से इतने आगे निकल गए? पता है क्या रीजन थी? उन्होंने इमाम से इसमें आजम लिया था। आदम ने भी जो एक खेरूत था, a farmer, had taken the Isme Azam from the Imam of his time. But he did not sit on Sirat al-Mustaqim with Imam and with the Isme Azam, because without the Imam, there is no Isme Azam. There is no Isme Azam without the Imam. In other words, there was the Imam present to give Isme Azam to Adam, to Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, to Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, to Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, and there was the Imam present before Huzur sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Imam was there and they were there to guide the Jamaat, the followers. And how were they guiding? With Isme Azam. क्योंकि इमाम की जो guidance है, let's say for the sake of argument, for sake of learning, are two kind. One by guiding Farman and one by Khana Wadan and Isme Azam. Farman will tell you how to live, how to behave. फरमान आपको सिखाते हैं कि कैसा जिंदगी गुजारनी है और आपके आदाब और आदतें दुनिया और मजहब के अंदर कैसी हो। और उसके बाद इमाम गाइड अस थ्रू खाना वदान, ब्लेसिंग एंड इसमें आजम बोल, सो वी मे प्रोग्रेस स्पिरिचुअली। मौला फरमाते हैं कि मैं इस दुनिया में बहुत तकलीफ लेकर तुम्हारी निजात के लिए आया हूं। Imam did not come to this world to build hospitals and schools and streets and factories and tell you about the opportunity, the business opportunity. Imam did not come into this world for that. He came in this world to guide you toward the salvation of your soul. तो वो किस तरह से हमको हमारी रूह की निजात के लिए हिदायत करता है। आपने देखा दो हिदायत थी, एक हमारी जिंदगी के बारे में, एक हमारी रूह के बारे में। और वो इमाम अपने बोल इसमें आजम के साथ करते हैं, और इमाम ही वो है जो इसमें आजम दे सकता है। और इसमें आजम के बगैर ना तो आदम, ना ही हजरत नूह अलैहिस्सलाम, ना ही कोई प्रॉफिट अपने मकाम तक पहुंचा है। विदाउट इसमें आजम, नूर Adam, nor Hazrat Noah alayhi salam, nor Ibrahim or any other prophet could have made it to the highest level of Natik. It was all due to Imam's Isme Azam. And Isme Azam cannot be received without Imam. And I'm sure someone on this line is thinking right now, but I can go to Quran and I can read Isme Azam. Whatever Bol Mola Papa gives, it's from the Quran. It's written in the Quran. Can I not just go to the Quran and take Isme Azam? Why do I need Imam? Did you just listen a minute ago what I was saying? Imam gives us and guides us two ways. And what is the first? I did not say Isme Azam. I said Khana Vadan. Without the blessing, without the Amr of the Imam of the time, the Isme Azam is nothing but a word. वो खाली एक अल्फाज है, और अल्फाज तो आपको कुरान से भी मिल सकता है। नहीं, उस इसमें आजम के अंदर इमाम का नूर, इमाम की ब्लेसिंग, इमाम के खाना वदान, इमाम का अमर रखा हुआ है, तब जाके वो इसमें आजम काम करता है, तब जाके वो काम करता है। Otherwise, anyone and everyone, you don't have to be smiley. You don't even have to be a Muslim. Anyone who can read Quran can take a Isme Azam from Quran. Isme Azam belongs to Imam. And Imam is the only one who can give Isme Azam. आज हमें इस बात का अंदाजा हो गया कि इमाम ही वो नूर है जो अगर दुनिया में ना हो तो हमारी गाइडेंस बंद हो जाएंगी और हमारे स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी रुक जाएंगी और हम आगे नहीं बढ़ सकेंगे, क्योंकि इसमें आजम belongs to Imam. I would like to refer to some of the from lessons over here, and let me see if I can get to those. Give me 1 second. I had pulled some references of Isme Azam, and we had talked about this one. So let's come to how many different kind of Isme Azam do we have? How many different kind of Isme Azam do we have? We talked about two, a word and a living. But there is another one. There is another one, and that is there is a single word Isme Azam, and then there is multiple word Isme Azam. There are two different kinds. And the word Isme Azam is just a word unless it has the blessing of the Imam Zaman. No one can just take the Isme Azam and say that I have the Isme Azam, so I will start my ibadat. What does that tell us? That every single Peer, Dai, every single prophet at one time or the other have taken the Isme Azam from the Imam Zaman, and without his Isme Azam and blessing, they would not be able to get to the spiritual elevation that they have. And if we are those who like to walk on Isme Azam, who would like to walk on this journey, then what we must do, we must walk with Imam and with his Isme Azam. The second question was, why do we need Imam? First, we already covered why we need Isme Azam. But why do we need Imam? And why Imam was present in all time? Even in the time of Adam. Why? As a human, and we do look just like Imam, don't we? But there is one huge difference between us and the Imam. And that is, and I don't know if you can see my screen. Let me share again. The huge difference between Imam and the Murid, or Imam and the other human, are that we have Akle Garizi. That is the principle of religion. That followers or the Murid or the human, we do have intellect. We are human just like Imam. But there is one huge difference between us and the Imam. And that's why we need Imam. Because the intellect that which we have Akle Garizi. Garizi needy को बोलते हैं, जरूरतमंद. What do we have? We have Akle Garizi, needy intellect. Needy of what? Needy of Akle Kul, complete intellect. Imam is Akle Kul, and we are Akle Juz or Akle Garizi. And we need Imam to guide us because we are not able to walk on this path on our own. So what does it require? It requires us to connect with the Imam Zaman so we can receive the guidance from him. So human with the Akle Garizi, needy intellect, and Imam has the Akle Kul, complete intellect. So now we have two different understanding. We need Isme Azam for spiritual journey. We need Imam so we can learn from his akal, from his akal kulli. We had talked about this in our previous session, but I'd like to show you this ayat for our understanding. And I would like you to pay attention to some of the words in this ayat. This ayat is called Ayah Fitrat. इसको Ayah Sunnah भी कहते हैं. Ayah Fitrat, the ayats of the habit of Allah. अल्लाह की जो फितरत है ना, अल्लाह की जो आदत है. We had talked about this in our previous session, but we did not go into the words of this ayat, which I would like to share with you today. And that is कि खुदावन ताला कुरान के अंदर फरमाते हैं, सूरा भी 30 है, आयत भी 30 है. Easy to remember. 30. Surah 30, ayat 30. Allah said, turn your face toward the correct religion. आप अपना चेहरा दीन हनीफा की तरफ कर लें. जो सीधा रास्ता है ना, जो सीधा दीन है, आप अपना चेहरा उसकी तरफ कर लें. खुदावंद ताला हमें एक वार्निंग भी देते हैं और एक गाइडेंस भी देते हैं. वार्निंग क्या है कि अगर हमने अपना चेहरा सिरातुल मुस्तकीम की तरफ नहीं रखा तो हम रास्ते से भटक जाएंगे. हिदायत क्या है कि हमेशा सिरातुल मुस्तकीम पर सीधा चलने का है. You see, he is giving us the guidance and the warning. The warning is, if you do not keep your eye on the path, on the Siratul Mustaqim, then there is a danger that you may lose your way. The guidance is that if you keep your faith, your focus on Siratul Mustaqim, then you will be able to move forward and get to the final destination. And Allah says, that is my habit. My habit is what? That your religion is set on Allah's fitrat, and Allah's fitrat is set on human fitrat. Our religion is just like Allah's habit, and Allah's habit is set on human habit. What is human habit? Human is always growing. Human are always moving forward. Human like to go forward. That's human's nature. And also, human is need of the guidance. I want to focus on that one because that was our two principle on top. The human need guidance. If the Adam and his guidance was good enough for the humanity to come, then Allah would have never sent the second Natik prophets, 124,000 prophets. If one book was good enough, he would not have sent the other books. If one Natik was good enough, he would not have sent 6 Natiks. If one Imam was good enough, he would not have continued the Imamat. Because the nature of the human is what? That we need guidance. Example, when a baby is born to a cow, a horse, any animal, what happened after hour, few hours after that baby is born to an animal? he starts to walk and starts to eat. And sometimes they can find their own food. What happens to human baby? We need guidance. We need care. We need safety. We need parents. We need our mother to feed us, to care for us. If you think of this example, then Imam is our mother and father, and we need his care. So there is no time ever that we can say that we do not need my mother and father, or we do not need Imam or the guidance, because that is the nature of the religion. Allah in his habit and human in our habit. Human are always in the need of the guidance. Initially, our parents, our teachers, then in the workplace, our boss, our seniors, then we go to university, our professors, then we go to Jamaat Khana, our wazin, we come to these classes, your teacher, we constantly need guidance. Human nature. And Allah has set the religion on human nature, meaning He has constantly sent the guidance. The name may change. The name may change. Sometimes we call them parents to guide us. Sometimes we call them teachers to guide us. Sometimes we call them professors. Sometimes we call them co-workers, seniors, our boss. We need guidance. And that is what this ayat shows, that in Allah's religion and in Allah's creation, there is no changes. And what is this? Meaning Allah religion and his guidance is same over and over and over again. Whenever we forget, he sends new guidance. Whenever we need, he sends new guidance. His guidance is always present in two forms, in the form of Imam, and we just talked about that. So he can guide us physically and spiritually. In the form of Ismi Azam, so we can move forward on the journey of our spiritual life. Constant guidance, constant guidance. The religion of Allah, and this was a question that I received after previous class, that Allah talks about the religion of Allah. What is the religion of Allah? Allah says in Surah Al-Imran, Surah number 3, ayat number 19, indeed, Beshak, the religion in the sight of Allah is Islam. Allah की आंखों में, Allah के सामने एक ही मजहब है और वो इस्लाम है. वही मजहब जो आदम से शुरू हुआ, वही मजहब जो इब्राहिम के जमाने में था, वही मजहब जो हुजूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के जमाने में था, वही मजहब आज हमारा है. हमारा मजहब क्या है? इस्लाम. क्या फर्क है अदर मुस्लिम्स और इस्माइलियों में? हम सब मुसलमान हैं, हमारा मजहब भी इस्लाम है, उनका मजहब भी इस्लाम है. फर्क क्या है कि वो भूल गए कि इस रास्ते पर चलने के लिए खुदावंद ताला ने हमेशा हमेशा एक हादी बर्रक रखा है और हमें हुक्म किया, अतीउल्लाह व अतीहु रसूल व उल्लिल अम्र मिनकुम. What did he say to us? That do follow Allah, but we cannot reach to Allah. His Nur Mujarrad, our approach is not there. So he says, if you cannot approach me, follow Rasul. But again, we are living in the time of Imam. We cannot reach Prophet Muhammad or any of other prophets. So he says, in that case, आप अपने दरमियान में जो उलिल अमर के मालिक हैं उनको फॉलो करो। अतीउल्लाह व अतीउ रसूल व उलिल अमर मिनकुम। इमाम की इताअत रसूल की इताअत है और रसूल की इताअत अल्लाह की इताअत है। Because we cannot get to Allah directly, and those of you, or those of whom should I say, आप में से वो लोग जो कहते हैं कि हम तो खुदा से डायरेक्टली मांग लेंगे, और कभी कभार हम नादानी में कहते हैं कि हम खुदा से मांगते हैं, इमाम से नहीं मांगते हैं। हम डायरेक्टली खुदा से दुआ करेंगे और वो बड़े शौक से अपनी नादानी के अंदर कहते हैं कि या अल्लाह हमें ये दे दे, और जब आप कहते हैं या मौला हमें दे दे तो वो आपके ऊपर हंसते हैं। They would in their short ilmi, not understanding completely, would say या अल्लाह हमें ये दे दे, and when you say या मौला हमें ये दे दे, they laugh at you. They say, why are you asking your mawla? You can ask Allah directly. You know what they are saying? Without saying it, not with a word, by their action they're saying that we have direct approach to Allah. Nos billah, we are the Prophet. Nos billah, we are the Imams. So we can directly approach to Allah. No, we are garib and poor and nobody. We cannot approach to Allah directly. It's like somebody like me or somebody like us would say, okay, I want to change the law, I'm going to talk to the president. No, you have to go to your local council and talk to them. We do not have direct approach to Allah. And we do not have direct approach to the Prophet. So our approach is to the Imam Zaman. Or that is the Farman of Ilahi. Allah खुद कहता है कि तुम मेरी इताअत करो रसूल के जरिए से, रसूल की इताअत करो इमाम के जरिए से। So हम कौन होते हैं? Who are we to say I'm going to directly approach to Allah? No, we are nobody. How can we approach to him? He's above all else. How can we approach to him? Are we saying we are something or somebody? No, that's not humility. It doesn't show that you are humble. We are nothing. We are garib. We are nachis. We are nobody. So what do we need? We need a way to Allah. Imam is the way to Allah. Imam is that way to Allah. And that is exactly what we are saying. Haydina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ya Imam, show us, guide us on this Sirat al-Mustaqim, and make us walk behind those people who had been rewarded. और दुनिया के अंदर और इमाम के मानने वालों के अंदर, मुसलमानों के अंदर और खुदा के मानने वालों के अंदर वो लोग इनाम याफ्ता है जो सिरात अल मुस्तकीम पर इन लोगों के पीछे चलते हैं। ये लोग कौन है? दाई, पीर, इमाम, पैगंबर. Those are the one who has been rewarded, who have followed Allah's farman by walking behind the dais, the peers, the imams, and the prophet. They are the one who has been rewarded. So we are saying, guide us on this path and make us walk behind those who has been rewarded. Acha. So Allah says, and those who were given the scripture did not differ except after knowledge had come to them. ये part बहुत important है कि हमारे पास जिस तरह से हर जमाने में खुदावंद ताला ने एक गाइडेंस रखी थी, इसी तरह से हमारे पास भी गाइडेंस आई। हमें भी इमाम मिला, हमें भी इस्माइली मजहब में जन्म मिला, हमें भी अच्छे माँ बाप मिले, उन्होंने हमें इमाम की शनाख्त कराई, उन्होंने हमें सचबंद दीन की तालीम दी, हमें जमात खाना दिखाया, हमें दुआ सिखाई। फिर अगर हम में से कोई गुम जाता है और कहता है कि मैं तो बहुत अक्लमंद हूं, then what would Imam do and what would Allah do for him? Because he has guided you. He has done his job by sending you the Imam. And then he has blessed you with the Isme Azam. Then if we go away from the Sirat al-Mustaqim, become lazy or take the exit, then it is not him, but it is us. So in our next session, we will talk about the different kind of Isme Azam, as I have shown you on your screen, that there are single Isme Azam, there are multiple Isme Azam. Please do not take offense to this, that why am I talking about the ball? We're not supposed to talk about the ball. I'm not talking about your ball. I'm talking about the different kind of Isme Azam. So we, as the follower of the Imam, can appreciate what Imam Zaman has given us. And we can see if we have received one word Isme Azam, two word Isme Azam, three word Isme Azam. What about four word Isme Azam? In Surah Fatir, at the very beginning, Allah talks about that there are angels with the one wing, with the one Isme Azam, with the two wings, with two Isme Azam, with the four wings, with four Isme Azam. आप कौन से फरिश्ते हैं? आप भी तो मौला के फरिश्ते हैं। आप कौन से फरिश्ते हैं मौला के? एक पर वाले, दो पर वाले, चार पर वाले? Have you ever thought about that? My job is to open your mind, open your eyes. Then your job is to ponder on it and see and move forward on Sirat al-Mustaqim. That is Imam's Hakiki Ilm. We always have that question in our mind. What is Imam's Hakiki Ilm? To open our mind and open our heart and open our eyes and walk with Imam's Hakiki Ilm. And our job here is to open your mind and open your eyes with Imam's Hakiki Ilm. So, inshallah, we can go higher, above, and behind. Inshallah ta'ala. So let me stop here. And I'm sure we have some questions or comments, and we will continue. We will have one more session on the very subject. G.
Amin.
Subhanallah, sir, Subhanallah. Friends, if you have any question, please share in the chat room or you can ask later. Sir, we have one question in the chat. Friends asking, how can one get back to the Sirat al-Mustaqim if deviated from the path?
Okay. Let me try to understand question. How can one get back on Sirat al-Mustaqim once they have left the path? Is that the question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Looks like somebody's phone is on. Okay.
Can I, Aziz, so sorry, can I recorrect? It's me, Pinky Alimadad. That's my question. It is, how can one get back on Sirat al-Mustaqim if for material reasons, they are not able to practice it the way they were before, and they're just getting away from the faith. Then how can one get back to it?
Very, very good question. So first, let's analyze this. So there are, let's just say for this learning sake, three kind of smileys. Let's just talk about us, smileys, right? There are three kind of smileys who we are all on Sirat al-Mustaqim, all three of us on Sirat al-Mustaqim. One who just sits on Sirat al-Mustaqim and do minimum that they are required to do, which is to be on Sirat al-Mustaqim, and that is the minimum requirement. Then there are second kind who says, no, we like to move forward on Sirat al-Mustaqim and take the Isme Azam. Remember the example we use, the car and the petrol. So as soon as you put a petrol in the car, does the car drive by itself or you still have to drive it? You will say, after I put the petrol in my car, I still have to put it in a gear and drive it. So there are second kind of smileys who do take the Isme Azam, who do put the petrol in the car, but then they do not drive the car. So your question is, what do they need to do? It's very simple. Put the car in the gear and drive. Meaning, whatever laziness, whatever lack of practice we had, that is in the past. And I wanted to quote Imam's Farman recently from Diamond Jubilee. Imam says, whatever you have done in the past, and Imam goes like this, that is in the past. Whatever you have done in the past, it is in the past. Journey begins today, now, right now. Put your car in the gear and start driving. Get back on the horse, start riding. क्या मतलब कि आज एक नया दिन है, चले आज से हम अपनी प्रैक्टिस का आगाज करते हैं. That's how easy it is. Remember, Imam is so merciful, so forgiving, so forgiving. He will not hold you responsible for the past. Just today, do an intention, a niyat to move forward. And he will hold your hand. He will hold your hand and he will make you forward. He will take you forward. That's how easy it is. I do want to talk about those Ismaili who have left Ismaili Tariqa. How do they get back on the horse? How do they come back on Sirat al-Mustaqim? Even for them is easy. Only thing they have to say is what? I am sorry, I was wrong. That's it. Imam to जब भी हम बोलते हैं तौबा तौबा तस्वीर, Imam माफ करने के लिए तैयार है. He's there to forgive our sin, forgive our mistakes, forgive our laziness, shortcomings. He's always there to forgive you. So I believe this answers your question and it's easy to get back on life. Ji.
Thank you, Aziz sir. It did. Thank you so much.
Yali Madad, it's nice.
Yali Madad.
Shabnam here. I have two questions, right? When I was 12 years, I had my Isme Azam, right? Because I supposed to be 14, but my dad lied that she's 14 and he made me give Isme Azam. And I've always remembered until I came 67 years, I was saying my Isme Azam and I was very happy after the Bangi every morning. My feeling was different. I was so happy, everything. But then like 2 years ago, until 67 years, I was happy. But 2 years ago, I upgrade my ball, right? So since I upgrade my ball, I I cannot focus as I do wake up every day, but I could not focus as I was focusing. I didn't have knocks when before when I had my first ball. I didn't have knocks. Second one, I did had a knocks. So now I try to focus on knocks everything, but I still don't. I cannot focus the same way. I cannot get happy feeling that what I was having before after 1 hour. Now I don't get that feeling, and I can't focus. I'm trying my best. So is there any Giryazari what I can do that I can come back again in that path?
Definitely, the Imam Isme Azam is to move you forward. So if you have two Isme Azam now, so sometime probably, and this is just I'm saying, I'm not saying that it is for you, that we do not understand that when Imam gives us additional ball, look at the word I'm using, additional ball. Remember, your other ball did not go away.
Mm-hmm.
You still have that ball.
Mm-hmm.
So now you should not have any problem because Imam has given you a bonus, additional ball. If you have the previous ball and that ball is working for you, then you can use that, and inshallah, Imam will help you get on the second ball and will move you forward further.
No.
But you do have a ball, right?
No, Mola Papa said that time that don't remember your old ball anymore, don't say your old ball anymore. बिल्कुल जो पुराने बॉल को ऊपर बिल्कुल मत जाना, उसको completely उसकी वो याद ही नहीं करना अभी, वो नया याद करना, बिल्कुल
Did
मना
Mola
किया
Baba
था.
said that?
Yeah,
Did
Mola
Mola
Papa
Baba
said.
really say that?
Yeah, Molapa said when I was sitting nearby Molapa when I was getting my ball on Atlanta, I was sitting by Molapa and Molapa said, don't try to remember all ball at all. Don't say all ball at all. Just say the new one. Don't remember all one anymore. He says,
Okay, so I don't know about this one because I have never heard in my lifetime career where Imam would say they do not remember your initial first ball. I've never heard of it. But if you say, I can argue with you because I was not there. So yeah, in that case, I would say two things. Right? First of all, try to remember, did really Mola Baba said that? That's the first thing you need to remember. Okay? And the second thing, do some Griya Uzari instead of waking up 4 o'clock in the morning, wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and do some Griya Uzari and Tasbih and ask Mola Baba to guide you from within, from inside of you.
I do that. I do wake up 3:30 and say it, but it's
Okay, I understand. Remember, we are talking generically for everybody, right? This question is for everybody now. So the way to do this is asking Mola Baba with humility that I am not doing something which you had asked me to do. So I will leave this to you, Mola Baba. Guide me. Guide me, tell me how can I receive that happiness that you wish me to have? Because Imam wish us to have that happiness. How do I do that, Mola Baba? And I trust, I 100% believe that he will listen to you and he will guide you. Because that is my firm belief that Imam always guide, sometime for the purpose of a test. And the test is what? Do we continue to believe as we believed in him before? One. Second, do we stay humble? Remember humbleness? Do we stay humble in our ibadat? Do we say that I am nothing and you can guide me? That is the humility the Imam talks about. Be humble in your ibadat. If someone asks me, if someone asks me, I would say that if there is anything wrong with how I'm doing ibadat, it cannot be the Isme Azam or Imam. It must be me doing something wrong. So why not I ask Mola Baba to correct me? Because he's there to guide you. He came to this world to guide you. So how about we ask him, Ya Mola Baba, you gave me Isme Azam. Now I'm going to leave this to you. Correct, guide me. Give me that happiness that you have want for me to have. I really believe and I pray with you, and all of us can pray for you. Mola Baba will guide you and he will give you that happiness.
Ameen. Ameen. Do you think because of the nux, before I didn't have nux and I was really focusing, so because of nux I'm not focusing?
No, that is not it.
Hmm?
That is not it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Really happy.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
અઝીઝબા આપેલા કોમેન્ટ છે કે આજે તમે ઇસ્મે આઝમ નો કર્યા છો એટલું બધું જાણવાનું મળ્યું છે. I don't see any missionaries taking this topic. મારી હજી humble request છે કે તમે આમાં હજી વધારે deep જાઓ, કારણ કે મોરા બાપા કહેતા હતા કે જ્યારે ઇબાદત was forgotten, તો આ Muslim communities were all ruined. પછી હઝરત અલીનો કે છે મોજીજો કે અસલમાં વાસલ અમને કરી શકે છે. તો હું મારું પોતાનું જાણું છું કે હું આઈ ફીલ કે મને આ સમજ પડે છે, પણ મારી રસ્તો બહુ સ્લો છે. હું જ્યારે બંગીને કરું છું મને સમજ પડે છે, પણ મારી પાસે સોરી
ઇન્શાલ્લાહ તમારી દુઆ સાથે આપણે આ સબ્જેક્ટ ને ઓર આગળ વધાવશું ને આપણે ઇબાદત બંદગી કરવાના તરીકા અને ઇસ્મે આઝમ બોલવાના તરીકા માટે બી ઇન્શાલ્લાહ ચર્ચા કરશું. Just pray for me. So Mola Baba helps me.
બસ અમે દુઆ છે કે મોલા બાપા તમને તમારા અંતકરણમાં આવીને તમને આ ગાઈડ કરે કે તમે અમને ગાઈડ કરી શકો.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. We're learning a lot from you.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Inshallah. Shukr Mola. Do we have any other question?
Aziz Bhai Ali Madad.
Yes, Ali Madad.
You have on your slide 2255 Surat al-Kursi. There is no Allah except Him, the one ever living, ever present, and He is the Ali, the great. So basically what that ayat says is that Ali is Allah. Correct? And you said that, we should, when other Muslims or other people say that, why are you asking Ali? Why can't we ask Allah directly? And you said, no, we have to go through the Pir, the Dais, the Imam, and then the Prophet, and then, Allah. That is the protocol kind of thing. So in this ayat, can't we say that for us, Ali is Allah?
I do say that. Yes, you can say that. I do say that. Yes.
So, so that the thing that if Ali is Allah, we don't need to say that you have to go through, like when you said, well, you can't go to the president directly, you have to go through the ministers and then, all the counselors. But that is just superficial. Actually, whoever we are, for us, Ali is Allah. So actually we are asking directly to Allah for whatever.
So actually, the hierarchy of religion is that a child needs a mother. The hierarchy of religion is that a mu'min or garib like me must go from mustajib to mazun, and from mazun to dai, from dai to hujjat, and the hujjat to imam. See, even between the imam and us, because we are so poor, we have to go step by step to the imam. Even to imam we cannot ask directly. So what do? We go step by step. That is the hierarchy which is given to us by the peers. That when you are asking, make the connection step by step. And then when we ask imam, then there are other ranks. Imam, Asaz, Natik, Nafsekul, Aklekul. So this is a hierarchy. But when we get to that fine point, you know what we learn? That all of those hierarchy was within the Imam. Allah, Aklekul, Nafsekul, Natik, Asas, everybody, and from the bottom, Mustajib, Mazun, Dai, Hujjat. They were all we find in the Imam. So when we ask Imam, we are completing all of them together in one. That is the understanding. But when we are learning, you know, then we have to do what? We have to talk about Allah, we have to talk about Rasul, we have to talk about Ulil Amr, because we are learning, right? But when we finish the college, we understand at the end, actually everything is encompassed in the Imam Zaban. That is all the higher grade and all the lower grades. G.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. And one more question. You said to be on the Sirat al-Mustaqim, we have to move forward, we have to keep moving. And the way to keep moving is to get petrol, or the gas in your vehicle. And that gas is Ismi Azam. And you have to get it only from the Imam. There are so many beings or Ismailis who do not have access to the Imam. So how do they get this Ismi Azam?
That is a great question. That's, oh my God, you don't know how happy you have just made me. When Russia, the Soviet Union, SSR, the old SS, what was that? Soviet Union,
USSR.
USSR, right. And all these Smileys was trapped in the communism. Even in China today, a lot of Smileys are trapped in the communism because of the no religion policy they have. Remember, physically, Momin have a limitation. We have no approach to the Imam directly, physically. Even us, you know, it took us 30 plus years for Imam to come to USA and give the Ismi Azam. Last time was back in 1986, over 30 years before we received the Ismi Azam. So there was a limitation even for a free country like ours. It took more than 30 years for Imam to be present physically to give us Ismi Azam. But you know what? Imam has no limit. When he wants to give Ismi Azam, he does not need to come physically. So how does he give Ismi Azam to others who has no approach? He gives them Ismi Azam in 3 ways. Not 1, not 2, 3. Look at who's poor. Azim, you and me we are poor. We only have 1 way, a physical way to get Ismi Azam from Mullah Baba.
Yes.
They have 3 ways to get Ismi Azam from Mullah Baba. Not 1, not 2, but 3. Imam comes into their dream and gives them Ismi Azam. Imam has no boundaries, no limit. He's not stuck in the physical body. He will come in their dream and give them Ismi Azam. He will come in their thoughts and give Ismi Azam. And he will come in when they sit in dua, in tasbih, and say Yali, 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 Mullah Baba comes and gives them Ismi Azam.
Mm-hmm.
Who is poor? We are poor because we only have 1 way, a physical way to get to the Imam. G.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Any other comments or question?
Aziz bhai, Yali Madad.
G.
Okay.
Mullah Ali Madad.
Whenever Mola Bapa gives ball, Mola Bapa always says that, are you ready? You have been forced by your parents or somebody to come and take ball, or you come when you are ready. Okay. Now, what he means by ready, does it mean that we should first do his Farman Badari and then go for the ball, or just like Maulana Sultan Muhammad Shah said, કે તમે રાતના બંદગી કરો અને દિવસના તમે રાતના બંદગી કરો અને દિવસના હરામના કામ કરો તો આ બોલ તમને કઈ કામ નહીં આવે સમજ્યા ને so that's what I am trying to find out that we should first a person should get ready do the farman bardari and do all go through that and then take the ball or take the ball and then just like Maulana Sultan Muhammad Shah said કે રાતના તમે લોલું કરો બંદગી કરો ને દિવસના તમે હરામખોરી કરો તો તમે બોલ કઈ કામ નહીં આવે.
This question has so many questions hidden in this one comment that you just made. It's a multiple thing in your, and my friend is talking about this Farman in front of you on your screen. He's talking about this Farman where Malawapa says, when you are ready, when you come to me, then I'll give to you. So, you in this comment, there are so many questions actually. It's not one question. Back in Diamond Jubilee time, like 3 years ago, I remember I found myself in the middle of confused Jamaat. And I found myself helpless because there were our missionaries, our elders, they were telling the Jamaat exactly what you just said. If you are not ready, do not go for Ismi Azam. If you are not coming to morning Jamaat Khana, do not go for Ismi Azam. They were discouraging Jamaat to go for Ismi Azam. Then I was on the other side. That's why I said I found myself helpless. So Jamaat would come to me and I would say, do not miss this opportunity. Go get your Ismi Azam. Do not lose this opportunity which come to you after 30 plus years. Take the chance, take the opportunity. How about you ask Mola Papa to bless you, to guide you, to have mercy on you? If you have not gone to Ibadat for a year or two, or ever, go get your Ismi Azam and ask Mola Papa to guide you, to bless you. Let him come to your heart so you can do your Ibadat. You know why I said that? Because I find myself Garib and Nachis and nobody. Who am I to go and do my Ibadat? I cannot even move my hand without Imam's help. How can I do my Ibadat? You know how I can do my Ibadat? Only if Imam has his mercy on me. How about I ask him to help me do my Ibadat? Why do I think that I am doing Ibadat? Who am I to do Ibadat? I'm nobody. I cannot do Ibadat. It is him. It is his mercy. It is his Khana Vadan. It is his wish that I could do what I could do. So how about we put all this on him and say, Mola Papa, I have never done Bandagi. I'm the laziest person in the world. But if you guide me, I will do my best. That's all Mola Papa asks. That's all Mola Papa is asking. For you to do your best. We are not perfect. We are not perfect. But Mola Papa is saying that you have come over with your free will and you're promising. And what is that promise? Mola Papa, I will do my best. That's it. That's the promise. So you see, there's a two different way of seeing things. I like to see from the humility side of the human. Let's be humble. We cannot do what exactly Mola Papa is asking us to do. But you know what we can do? We can try. So I would encourage you, if you like, there are 2 or 3 lectures that I had made just before Diamond Jubilee, Didar, and Ball ceremony, the week or the days before that. And I wanted to share a conversation between me and one of my brother in Jamaat. You know, this gentleman, he came to me, he said, when I was about 24-year old, I wanted to go for Ismi Azam. This was back in 86. So I came to Jamaat Khana and there were lectures, there were a wise, and ALWAAZ said, if you are not coming to Jamaat Khana every day, do not go for the ball. So I listened to him and I did not go for the ball. When I was ready, when I was 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, I waited and I waited and I waited. I was going to Jamaat Khana, but Maulana didn't come to give me Ismi Azam. And then 33 years goes by. 33 years went by. Now he's 57-year-old. He said, I'm old, my back is weak, my concentration is weak. When I really needed my Ismi Azam, when I was so eager to do ibadat, when I was 30 and 35 and 40-year-old, I did not have Ismi Azam. What should I, what did I do? Why did I not take this Ismi Azam? So my humble opinion, take this Ismi Azam, leave it to Mola Baba to help you. If you think you are doing it, I think you already have lost because the humility has gone. Humbleness is not there. And Mola Baba said, be humble. So take this Ismi Azam and leave to Mola Baba. Let him help you. Open your heart so he can help you. So I would say, if you'd like to listen to this, there are 2 or 3 lectures that I made just week within when Mola Baba was coming for the Ismi Azam ceremony in Diamond Jubilee. Listen to those. G. I know this question it really made me emotional. And I can see those people's face who had waited for years and years to get Ismi Azam.
Aziz bhai, coming to the same question now again. Now he said he was really wanted Ismi Azam badly. Okay, because now he was coming to Jamaat Khan every day. He was practicing, following all Mola Baba's farman and everything, and he had really done all this, whatever was needed to do. He was becoming ready for that. But then again the question arises, as you mentioned, that whilst he was sleeping in his sleep, why did sorry.
Do we have any other comments or question?
Sorry, Aziz, what happened was I just got a phone call. Sorry, I'm now out of that phone call. What I want to mention is that during that 30 years period, now could Maula Baba not come in his dream and give him Ismi Azam? That's what I'm just after that, because you said in India and those places.
This is an easy question. This is a very easy question. You know what? I truly believe he did receive the Ismi Azam because he wanted it so bad. But his humility, his humbleness would not allow him to tell me that. What he was making a point was, I wish I would have gotten a little bit earlier. That's what he was saying. His humility would not allow him to tell me that he already did receive this Ismi Azam. That is the part of the humility I was talking about.
Okay.
G.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I want to listen to your lectures. You mentioned to, because what I'm thinking is not for myself. I've taken my Ismi Azam quite long time back, but what I'm thinking is that new people who are trying to take Ismi Azam, said like my children, grandchildren, probably they will come to that stage and they want to take Ismi Azam. See, so I was just looking into that aspect. That I will definitely listen to your lectures. Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks a lot. Shukran.
Okay, it's almost 10:30. Should we stop here, Kamra Sahab, or do we have any more questions?
Hello, Aziz sir, Yali Madad.
Sir,
Yali Madad.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yes, Aziz sir, I had one question, or rather, I should say, like a message for all. Like I would quote a few lines of Farman of Bombay, 8th November 1967. In which Azam Imam says, I remind you once again that you must understand that each one of you has a soul, and this soul is eternal. And it is a duty and the responsibility of each one of you to remember that you have a soul. For this reason, it is necessary for every individual to attend Jamaat Khana regularly and to be regular in your Bangi and your prayers. This is general Farman, not of Baitul Khayal. I am 99% sure. So I suppose by this Farman, Hazrat Imam gives a indirect message that Bangi to karna zaruri hai, tum chaho ya mat chaho. So can you please put some light, like indirectly Hazrat Imam is giving some message to all the Jamaat, like tum bol lo ya fir mat lo, but Bangi is necessary. Maybe because of this reason, Hazrat Imam must have told in general Farman that Bangi is regularly necessary.
Yeah, the Farman is very clear, does not even require a second opinion. It is very clearly that for the soul, ibadat is necessary. Thank you.
Yalimat Misai,
Yali
again the question. Mullah Papa said that don't go back to your first ball, doesn't matter what, don't go back to your first ball, right? So now I'm thinking, yes, Mullah Papa did say that. So I'm thinking might be Mullah Papa said that because Mullah Papa must be thinking that when you go to second ball, you don't feel comfortable so easily or everything. So people can go back again to the first ball. That's why Mullah Papa said not to go back again to the first ball. That was might be reason.
Yeah, like I said, in my journey on this path, I have never heard any Farman or anyone telling me that in Baitul Khayal ball giving ceremony, Imam ever said that. And the one that I know, and I have a return Farmans of the Baitul Khayal ball ceremony, those are all of them. The language that Imam have used that I know of, because I was not there when you were there, so I could not say anything on that part. And that is, and I'll give you a couple of examples. In the one place, Mullah Baba says, now today I'm giving you an additional ball, the word additional, meaning now you have two balls. Then I give you the Quranic references of Surah Fatir, that there are angels with the 1, 2, 3, and 4 balls. So if Imam give you one and take back the other one, then you always will have one. It did not make any sense. But Imam does what Imam does. I don't know. He does things that always surprises me. So what Imam did, how he did it, I have no idea because I wasn't there. The last one I wanted to quote, and listen to this one. This is from Karachi, 2000 or 1997, Karachi ball giving ceremony. Listen to this. Mullah Baba said, you have come back over here today. You have come back. The word is come back over here today to take the Isme Azam. I will give you a Isme Azam. And inshallah, Mullah Baba says, and inshallah, when I come back, and if you come back, I will give you another ball. And Imam does not stop there. He says, and then when I come back, and if you come back, I will give you another ball. And Imam repeated this 4 times.
Yes. So
So that tells us that Imam wants to give us so many Isme Azam that we would have no choice to become successful.
Yeah, even this time Mullah Baba. Yeah, same thing Mullah Baba said this time as well. Yes, he said same thing this time because lots of people was for third and fourth and like that. So he did say this time as well. But then should I go back again because I was feeling really totally different.
Because I don't know what Mola Baba says, so I cannot guide you. Your only guide is Mola Baba. Ask him what you need to do.
Okay, because I was feeling him
Because I
nearby
was
me
not there, so I
all the
cannot
time.
help you.
Now I don't. I always, when I was sitting for Bangi for 67 years, now I was feeling so good that Mola was sitting with me all the time. But now I don't get that feeling. 2 years now, I'm totally different. I'm really hurting.
Remember, it's between you and Mola Baba, and he's there to guide you. Just seek his guidance. He will help you.
Okay, so is any kind of a special Giryazari for that?
No, Giryazari is a word of humility that comes from your heart. If I give you some Giryazari, that would be my Giryazari, not yours. The Giryazari must come from your heart.
Okay.
Remember, Mola Baba is your friend. He's not a stranger. He's your friend. You can
Yeah.
talk to him.
Yeah, he listened to me all the time. I talk to him all the time. He listened. He does lots of miracle on me, lot of miracle every time. I don't even need to ask him. I just say to think something and he will do it. I don't even need to ask. He's always keep me in his
So
authority.
next time when you're talking to him, would you recommend me? Because I've been talking to him and he's not listening to me.
No, he will
Could you
listen.
ask him to please pay attention to this Garib, please?
If he was not listening to you, he won't give us give you this chance to give us all of us this much education like this, because he's telling you he's by you. That's why you're giving us all this. Otherwise, we are not that much lucky that we can get this much chance. We are so lucky that you are here and giving us so much chance. We are so lucky.
But do talk to him about me, please. Or pray for me too.
Sure, I pray for everybody, and I pray for you especially, because with you,
Thank you.
I had lot of things, lot. I never had any education of religion. Now I had a lot. I'm so happy. Shukar, you know.
All the Aziz, everybody. Let's stop here. It's 10:30. Thank you for joining us. Inshallah, we will see you next week. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali
Yali
Madad.
Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad. Yali Madad.
Mola Sukhi
Yali Madad.
Yali
Amin.
Madad.
Amin.
Yali Madad.
Thank you.
Yali Madad.
Yali
Thank you.
Madad.
Thank you. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali
May Mola
Madad.
bless you always and keep you in his shanafat. Ameen.
Amin.
Amin. Amin. Yali Madad. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad, and thank you so much. Mola bless
Yali
you.
Madad. Yali Madad. Amin. Amin. Yali Madad. Yali Madad.